Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the blueprint for manifesting anything. Let go of the oars. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from one of you that said, Tom, I'm not comfortable with this idea of surrender. I'm not sure I get it. Abraham Hicks talks about letting go of the oars, going with the stream. And that seems like a good analogy for surrender, but sometimes it feels like letting go of my desire and letting the stream or letting life have its way with me. And I was just wondering if you could unpack that. Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. This analogy by Abraham Hicks is not only a fantastic analogy for the idea of surrender and letting go, but it's bigger than that. It's a wonderful blueprint for creating your own reality, for reality creation. So let's unpack it. There's a lot to unpack. This is going to be a great unpacking today. Surrender is about letting go of trying to control, manipulate, and force certain outcomes or force certain realities, right? It's about embracing the paradox that total loss of control gives you everything, right? Gives you total control, right? It's about embracing the paradox that total loss of control gives you total control. Hear this. When you consciously let go, when you consciously surrender, that's what the paradox is. We think of letting go means we're not going to get what we want. We think we've got to hold on and manage it and push it to our desire. But actually, letting go, total loss of control, total surrender is actually total control, right? You let go of all control. You let go of all resistance. This is what Abraham Hicks means by let go of the oars. Everything you want is downstream, right? And most of the time we're either rowing upstream against the stream, right? Or we're trying to control it. We're trying to row and get faster to our destination, right? Missing the signals, missing the intuitions, right? So bigger than this, bigger than letting go of the oars and that everything you want is downstream. Bigger than that is that you are the stream. Hear this. It's not only that everything is downstream, but you are the stream. This is big, right? Everything you want is right where you are in every moment of now. It's not only downstream, it's in the stream. It is the stream, right? So not everything you want is just simply downstream. You are the stream. Hear this. The stream, what is the stream in the Abraham Hicks analogy? It's pure positive energy. It's the energy of source. And you are source energy. So not only is everything downstream, the stream of life, but it's also that you are the stream. Everything is there already for you. Let's really unpack this. So remember, oars, think of the oars. I really want to make this point. Think of the oars as intention, right? So your intention's always there. But you don't always, hear this is big, you don't always have to grab on your intention or your desire with a death grip, right? And row. Either upstream against everything you want, away from everything you want, or downstream trying to hurry to a destination where you're not looking where you're going. And you're going to hit rocks and you're going to go down a stream that wasn't intended, right? That's intention, the oars. So it's about a light touch. If you're going to touch, make the intention, right? A light touch with the oars to put it in the stream and steer it where you're going, but then let go. You don't need the oars after that. And then if you want to make an adjustment and go to a different reality, it's a light touch. Touch the oars again and just gently guide yourself to that new reality. That's what we're talking about here. So think of it as the stream of source energy. That's life. Look at the stream. And then there's an infinite number of other streams or infinite number of realities or lifelines or film rolls that you can choose from. Hear this. You merely set your intention, a light touch, and then follow the reality that you want. Right? There you are. There are the oars. There's the boat. And remember, all of this All of those streams all lead to the same place, the ocean of first cause, the ocean of God, the ocean of source energy. It's all source energy, right? This is big. You don't need the oars to reach your desired destinations that are perfect and natural and for your higher good. Hear this. This means you're already, even if you just let go, period, and you didn't even set any intentions, you would be led to your higher good anyway. The source would take care of you and lead you to everything you want, right? Your heart's desire is all you need, are known, right? Your heart's desire is already known. So source energy is going to lead you there. Hear this. But if you want to set a specific intention, a light touch with the oars. That's all, and then let them go. You mostly use the oars to row upstream, though, right? You turn your intention into a desire, into desiring, into wanting, into needing, to craving. And then you row upstream. You struggle against life. You struggle against source energy. Right? Hear this. Although nothing is ever really wasted. I just want to say that even though you struggle against that, nothing's really wasted, right? You either struggle against the stream or you try to make yourself go faster, missing the desired stream. Right? This is where I said you row to go downstream to get there faster. You might hit rocks. You're not looking where you're going. Right? You might not go on the stream. So going upstream is struggle. Right? It might make you struggle. This is what a lot of people say, right? Well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, it might make you stronger, but it's a total waste of energy. You don't need it. You might physically get stronger by rowing upstream. And even hitting those obstacles, sure, you might get stronger, but it's totally unneeded. But remember, nothing's ever wasted. Even if you're wasting energy in that way, you can always, in that moment of time, even if you spent a life struggling upstream, in that moment, you can point your boat downstream and let go of the oars. Any time of now, right? Remember, it's an infinity, right? Everything's happening now. There is no past, present, or future, right? But again, when you're struggling, you're going in the opposite direction. You're going upstream. So let's unpack this a little bit more. You paddle upstream because you don't completely trust in God, source, or your higher self. So you grab for the oars, especially when anything judged or unwanted appears. Hear this. So instead of letting your intention be, letting go of the oars, and then going downstream and enjoying the scenery, enjoying the journey to everything you want, something unwanted comes up. Right? And instead of knowing that you're going to be gently steered around that rock or around that obstacle or around that log that's in the river, you grab your oars and you go, oh, I gotta get away from that. And what happens? You generally hit it. You end up smashing into the rock or smashing into the tree because you're focused on it. Right? And then the unwanted becomes your reality. Right? You believe what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that effort, that struggle, effort, and sacrifice are necessary to solve problems and get ahead. In other words, you believe it's necessary to paddle upstream to go downstream, where everything you want is. Think about that for a second. I'm going to repeat that. So you believe that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, that effort, struggle, and sacrifice are necessary to solve problems and get ahead. In other words, you believe it's necessary to paddle upstream to go downstream. It doesn't even make any sense. Hear this. Where everything you want is downstream. Think about that for a moment. That's big. Finally, you get so exhausted, you have no choice but to let go of the oars. And then what happens when you get so exhausted, you finally give in, give up the struggle, you surrender, you let go. You are led naturally to everything you want. The struggle, and then you write a book about it and said I struggled for it. It was due to the hard work and the struggle. That's what got me there. No, it was because you surrendered and let go of the oars. That's what got you there. And you didn't have to go through that struggle. Hear this. This is big. But remember, your soul came here to experience this. So your soul came here to experience reality. So a little resistance and then learning about it and knowing that it's not real, that you can turn your boat downstream anytime. That's the beauty of it. So let's hit this a little bit more. Going with the stream or downstream means aligning, hear this, with source energy. The same power that creates worlds. The same power that keeps the earth spinning. The same power that keeps the flowers blooming, your heart beating, your blood flowing, and the grass growing, all without you having to do anything. Hear this. We do not live in an upstream universe. We do not live in an upstream world. We create the upstream battle, the upstream struggle by grabbing a hold of the oars. Hear this. It all goes on without you doing anything. You don't make the flowers bloom or your heart beat or your blood flow or the earth spin. That's source energy. It's all done for us. For us. For us. Hear that. And through us, right? Only focus attention and intention. Your attention and intention is required to align with the stream, source energy. Just your attention and your intention. The oars just a little bit. Right? And your attention to the scenery, to where you're going, right? And choose your desired reality in which offshoots and other streams you wish to explore. That's all that's required. Look at nature and the universe. Everything's happening without any effort or work required by you. Everything's happening without you having to intervene, right? You don't need to create the stream. You simply need to choose and go with it. Hear this. The streams are already created. They're already there. Just go with it. Enjoy it, right? All those realities already exist. When you are feeling good, relaxed, light, and at ease, you're going with the proverbial flow. You're going with the stream. Hear this. They all talk about going with the flow, right? That's what it means. You're allowing source energy to flow to you and through you. When you don't feel good, you are resisting going against the stream. The energy is passing through filters of limiting beliefs and bogus beliefs, right? And you begin to row harder and go upstream. So then when you start feeling resistance, you go harder. You grab those oars when any negativity comes up, right? Remember, use your emotional guidance system. What's that negativity telling you? It's a message from your inner being. Those emotions, those negative emotions, to realign with source. It's a message from your inner being, your higher self, to let go of the oars. Right, and point your boat downstream. Let go of the death grip on the oars, right? Stop paddling upstream. Follow the natural, simple path of least resistance and downstream. That is powerful. So let's hit it a little bit more. So here are the stream or the rivers. These are the infinite realities, right? You are here to choose and experience these desired realities, right? They all lead to the same place. So what do they lead to? First cause, source, ultimate reality. That's the ocean of ultimate reality. That's enlightenment. It all leads there. You don't have to find or achieve enlightenment. That's where you came from. And that's where you return to. This ocean or source of ultimate reality is where you came from in the first place. You're just returning to it. And you're enjoying the rivers or the realities or the infinite choices or lifelines or film rolls. You get to enjoy any of them that you want while you return to source. So to spend your whole life trying to achieve enlightenment, trying to achieve a perfect place that you already have, you already are enlightened. That's where you came from. You came here to experience the contrast, to mix it up in 3D. Don't get down on yourself. Feel that negativity, feel that unwanted, let it pass through you and then choose again, right? You're invincible, right? You can from time to time get out of your boat. Hear this. So you're all along the river, get out of your boat, sit by the river bank and watch the stream go by. What does that mean? That means be still and know I'm God, right? That's observing, that's going within, that's meditating, right? The whole process that Abraham Hicks gives with this analogy is reality creation, right? So you're going downstream towards everything you want. Stop once in a while, observe, go within, watch Meditate, watch your thoughts, watch what's going on, watch those emotions. It doesn't matter which stream. Here's another thing. Don't get caught up in what decisions to make or whether I'm choosing the right thing or not choosing the right thing. It doesn't matter which stream of reality you choose. When you are aligned and go downstream, you can't get it wrong. See this? You can't get it wrong. It all leads to the same place. It's all going to be a great experience when you're aligned. When you're not grabbing on to the oars with a death grip and trying either to row faster downstream or turning your boat upstream, right? Neither one of those are required. So what's the key? The oars, your focus, your attention, or your intention are always there to gently and with a light touch steer you to your preferred stream or reality. There's no need to keep gripping the oars, thinking you need to do more, right? Setting intentions is not the same thing as a goal list, right? Here's the difference here. When you set intentions, you're already and always in the stream, right? You're already there. A goal list implies the preferred stream of reality doesn't exist right here and right now. Setting intentions implies that you're already in the stream and that stream exists. Right? Here, the goal list implies you're on the riverbank and never got in the stream. And you can't even see the streams. Hear that. That's the difference. That's a big difference, right? Someone asked me that. Is it the same as goals? It's not, right? Don't effort. Don't analyze. Don't put your desired reality on a pedestal and don't make it important. Hear this. Be interested in it. Right? Interested in your intention, in your desire, but when you place too much importance on it, you focus on the negative, right? And then you crash into these negative things, right? Or when you put too much importance on your desire, even if it's in you think a positive way, right? You stop looking where you're going. You stop looking at the scenery, and you have this hard intention, this 3D mind intention on your desire. Right? And then you end up running into a rock, or it's not seeing where you're going, or taking a stream that you didn't mean to, right? So you stop paying attention to life. This is big. That's why you want to drop importance. Be interested, be highly interested, but drop the death grip on importance, right? Drop the death grip on the oars, right? So let's unpack this a little bit more. Here's the key. If there is something negative or unwanted in the stream, make it unimportant to you. It's not who you desire to be. Hear this. Why would you focus on it? Right? When you go, I got to avoid that rock, I got to avoid that rock. I'm hitting the rock. Right? You wouldn't. Make it unimportant. It's not who you are. Don't give it power over you. Right? Well, I'm not saying repress it or suppress it or resist it. I'm saying it's unimportant. It's not who you are. It's not who you've decided to be, right? If it is something wanted or desired, make it something that's interesting and cool without placing too much importance on it. It's cool and interesting to me. That's going to be nice to have, and I already have it. Don't grab the oars and force it. Have a light touch. Intend. Guide and then guide with your oars. And then let it go, right? Have a light touch, intend, guide with the oars, and then let the oars go, right? Pure intention is knowing. It's not waiting, it's not doubting, it's not efforting, it's not waiting, right? All of that, the doubt turns your intention into a wish. A wish implies that it's unreachable, right? That it's some unreachable, it's a fairy tale, it's an unreachable goal, right? When a doubt turns an intention into a wish, it turns it into a wanting and it has no power. Hear this. Your doubt, that intention, when you start struggling, when you grab the oars, it turns that doubt and that struggle turn it into a wanting. It has no power. It turns it into a wish. Identify and think from and live in the end. And the stream will automatically carry you to your desired reality. Hear this. Identify and think from and live in the end. What you want, what you desire. And the stream will automatically carry you to your desired reality. That's how it works. So, when you identify as your preferred version of yourself or desired reality, you align your heart and mind, your pure intention, right? Hear this. When you identify as your desire, identify as the stream or reality that you want, you're now aligning your heart and mind. That's pure intention. Then your heart and mind, your higher self, is already experiencing your wish fulfilled. Hear this. So that's what it means to align your heart and mind. That means your higher self, your inner being, that greater part of you, is now experiencing your desires, now experiencing the wish fulfilled. The time gap in 3D reality is so your body can catch up. Because your physical you, the 3D you, is still in 3D. The time in 3D is to move the 3D there by divine will. That's the bridge of incidence, right? Your higher self builds it, right? Be fulfilled within and enjoy the ride downstream. Asking how long, asking a when, assumes or implies the feeling within is not real and slows down the 3D manifestation. Hear this. So here's the answer to how long or when. Remember, once your heart and mind are aligned, your higher self is already there, is already experiencing it, calling you to it. The 3D time is to move your body there in this dense 3D reality, right? There by divine will, by the bridge of incidence, right? It will move you, right? Be fulfilled within and enjoy the ride downstream. Enjoy the scenery. Don't ask how long. Why? Because it implies, it assumes the feeling within is not real. Hear this. So asking how or when not only implies that it's not there in 3D, we know that, but bigger than that, and most important, it implies that feeling within, that feeling of fulfillment within is not real. That's what you're saying when you doubt it. That's when you're saying when you ask how long and when. That's big. That, my friends, guys, is letting go of the oars. That's your blueprint for manifesting anything. Let go of those oars. I am your host, Tom Caron. And this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos on the channel, and also share our channel with your friends, family, and others. Share it on your social media. Get the word out. That's how we grow. Follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron. You can write me at info@besomethingwonderful.com. I always love to hear from you. With great love and great light. See you next time.